Hello friends, Iceberg with Dylan Brothers Harley Davidson, and today I have a treat for you. I'm going to do a walkthrough on this absolutely killer 1975 Ironhead Sportster. I gotta tell you, it's bikes like this that just get me truly excited when we see something like this come into the dealership in trade. First and foremost, this bike was actually built and done up here right in Nebraska. This was part of the Wheels for Warriors motorcycle. This bike was actually auctioned off. One of our employees actually had won it, and he rode it for a little bit, but just decided that it just wasn't for him. He wanted to swap it out for something else, and now we have it on our showroom floor. This is going to have a completely rebuilt engine on it. On this Ironhead, this is going to be a 1000cc motor on here. Of course, this is air cooled. This is going to be a carbureted engine. You're going to get a 4-speed transmission on here, and this motorcycle is chain driven. As you can see on this is clearly a fully custom Ironhead Sportster. Let's move up front where you have the addition of the 21-inch all-spoked wheel. You know what I'm going to say, because I say it in all my videos. I love spokes. They should be on every motorcycle, but they are not. Moving to the rear where you also have the 16-inch all-spoked wheel on here. Gives that bike the real aggressive slam down look. Absolutely love the way this motorcycle looks just sitting. Moving from that, of course, you have that classic Springer front end with the very nice and small chopper-esque style headlights sitting out there that does have a little bit of pinstriping design going on. Just a nice little touch on there with the pinstriping. Moving up from the Springer front end where you have the full old school style pulled back ram horn handlebars on here. I really like this setup. I'm not going to tell you the most comfortable setup by any means. Depending on how tall you are, these could be a little bit down for you, but just for that retro flavor look, they look amazing on here. And once again, this isn't a bike you're riding for hundreds and hundreds of miles at a time, so those bars are going to be comfortable for those bar hoppings to some bike shows, just ripping around town, getting a feel for the motorcycle. But yes, if you were to want to do some extended riding on here, those bars might need to be changed out. As you can see, this is a very clean look on the bars here. There is no electric start on here. There are no turn signal toggles. All that you have on the handlebar is going to be your clutch lever. As I said, this is a 4-speed transmission on this motorcycle. So something else to note, this motorcycle does not have a front brake. This is a rear brake only motorcycle. So kind of going into that, I would like to put out there that while this is an amazing bike and very cool, I personally would not recommend this for a new rider. A lot of new riders have no idea what it's like to ride a motorcycle with a rear brake only. It is something that you do have to get used to, especially when you're sitting and stopped. You really need to know how to operate just having the rear brake on there. Once again, that's just my opinion. I like to be very forthright when I put it out there because I know a lot of new riders watch our videos and get excited about motorcycles. And I'm not saying that you can't learn how to ride on this bike, but I personally would not necessarily recommend a new rider getting onto this motorcycle. Let's move to the gas tank on this Ironhead where you have that beautiful classic peanut style gas tank on here. This is going to be just a hair over a gallon gas tank, running you about 40 miles per ride on this motorcycle. There is no gas gauge on here, so it is going to have to be something that you kind of are keeping in mind in your head while riding this bike, that if you're hitting about that 40 mile to 50 mile an hour range, you're going to want to hit a gas station and refuel up on here. But as you can see, this absolutely stellar paint job on this motorcycle with that beautiful 22 in there. You have the blue accents and that very nice high flake running through there with all the stars in silver, once again with a ton of that flake running through, and then running down the side with just the nice almost ghosted in red that's going to run through there as well. This paint job is absolutely stellar. Moving to the rear, it also is complemented with that chopped nice custom rear fender on there as well, where you do once again have all the stars, the blue, and the nice red accents with that very high 70s style flake on it. Let's move down and talk about another nice custom piece on here. That beautiful, all chromed out, upswept pea shooter style exhaust on here. Looks incredible on this motorcycle and does sound incredible on this motorcycle. I am going to apologize right now. I am not going to be able to fire this motorcycle up. We do not have any gas in this tank right now, so unfortunately I cannot fire the bike up during the video at this time, but trust me when I tell you, I have heard this bike running and that exhaust sounds amazing. Let's move up on the Sportster here, where you have that very nice solo seat on here. This has a really nice gray leather to it with a nice little pattern running through there, and as you can see, it also has the Springer style seat, giving it that classic old school look. Adding to that flavor and moving to the rear of the motorcycle, where you have the all blacked out sissy bar that is directly attached to the rear fender on here. Another note on this Sportster, this is not a 2-up ready motorcycle, and you are not going to make this a 2-up ready motorcycle. This is going to be a solo riding motorcycle for sure. But if you are someone who is inclined, a little bit mechanically inclined, if you will, because look, we know these old school bikes like this, especially on these Ironheads, you're going to go out and ride this, you are going to have to wrench on this motorcycle. It's kind of going back to the new rider thing. I feel that somebody who has experience with these motorcycles, doesn't mind getting their hands dirty, and likes to turn wrenches on their bike, this Ironhead is an amazing motorcycle if you are that individual. And if you are local in Omaha, Nebraska, and would like to come look at this Sportster up close and in person, please stop out at Dillon Brothers Harley Davidson today. Come throw a leg over it. Any of our sales guys and service guys will be happy to give you a full walkthrough on this bike. And if you are watching this on YouTube, know for an average cost of around $600, we can ship a motorcycle like this from our door to your door. And as always, from the entire Dillon Brothers Harley Davidson family, thank you so much for checking out our videos, and always remember, gear up, ride safe. Thanks a lot.